After a very special New Year's midnight game drive, we were welcomed this morning by Frikkie, who came to check on us before we headed out for the day. Today we took the opportunity to go from Tweerivieren Gate and follow the Ahoop riverbed all the way up to Mata Rest Camp. Mata Rest Camp is actually right on the border of Namibia on the left-hand side here and South Africa on the right. And then we would travel back down that road to Tweerivieren to spend the evening again at the Kgalagadi Lodge.
The Alb River Road meanders over dunes, then past the concrete ridges. There are a couple of vantage points which lets you view over the riverbed. There are taller trees in this area which suits the giraffes. We found this guy very hot and seemingly fast asleep. We would hope to find him on our way back later in the day.
The Mata Rest Camp is also the border post to Namibia. It is a basic camp area with basic facilities including a small shop. We had our picnic lunch and cooled down under the shade of a large tree in the camp, sharing it with some very active ground squirrels.
We then headed back, south again. We were rewarded this time with more game sightings on the return trip. This family of wildebeest were responsible for looking after quite a few young calves.
On the way back, we did find Mr. Lion again, very hot and bothered. He stirred easily and was soon up and proceeded to readjust his bedding and settle in for his late afternoon nap. We also came across a bigger group of giraffe, mostly grazing, and there was a pair sparring with each other.
Back to Tweerivieren camp, where there had clearly been a rain shower while we were away. In the camp, we checked out the hide, along with a nice red dune path and a great vista of a quiet waterhole. This area provides a nice cool respite on a hot day.
Today we would be packing up our camping trailers and we would be entering at the Tweerifieren gate and then travelling up the Nosop River Road, which actually follows the border between Botswana and South Africa, all the way up to the Nosop River Camp, where we would camp for 2 nights exploring that area. So far we had only done this part of the road in the park up to the Melkvlei picnic spot, so we had quite a bit of new ground to cover and explore. Along the way would be the Dick Bart's Cork picnic spot, again an area where you're allowed to get out of your vehicle at your own risk, and we looked forward to exploring what the vegetation would be like higher up, considering that the fires were more on the southern side of the park. We'd be able to see the natural vegetation and see what animals are up here in the northern part of the park. We spotted our first Cape Cobra at the petrol station. It was just looking for a cool spot to spend the day under the rubbish bin, but was swiftly relocated by a ranger.
This route would be a good test to see how the trailers would fare on a gravel corrugated road. They did very well.
The rest stops in the park, all under majestic shade trees. The restrooms are basic, open-air spaces with enough protection from wild animals. But you still need to be aware of your surroundings and make sure to close the toilet door after you use it so as not to let any snakes in, seeking coolness on the dry, hot days. This bird is a Kori bustard, or also known as a chompo. It can weigh up to 19 kilograms, making them the heaviest bird capable of flight. Secretary birds prey on insects, rodents and reptiles. They will also prey on venomous snakes, which they subdue by stomping and kicking. They are often seen stomping in the bushes, similar to what this one is doing.
We arrived mid-afternoon in Nosop, a very nice camp with petrol station and a well-appointed shop to cover most of our needs. There are two camp areas, the main camp with communal ablution and the premier camps with dedicated sites with their own ablution area and kitchen. This consists of a toilet, separate shower and a change area, and then a nicely laid out covered kitchen area. A thunderstorm rolled in to cool us off in the late afternoon.
We got up early the next morning to explore the water holes to the north of Nosop. These Batalier eagles were enjoying a good drink and bathe, and were soon joined by a jackal also looking to quench his thirst, the whole time keeping alert and aware of his surroundings.
These two jackal were having a nice scavenge in the long grass, unawares of a curry bastard who needed to make a hasty retreat. Being the heaviest flying bird, running is easier than flying away from danger.
It's being chased by the jackal.
Then we came across a very special scene. A baby springbuck had just been born, and its mom was cleaning and nudging it to get it going. In the wild, you need to get up and get going ASAP. These wobbly legs soon learned to carry the weight and get going. It was quite an experience to see this in real life, and after 45 minutes he was well on his way.
On the last evening we took a sunset game drive, which was very informative and gave a different vantage point from the Isuzu NPS 4x4 truck. The highlight was a pride of 11 lions coming through the bush, past the waterhole, and then spreading out along the riverbed in preparation for a night of hunting.
Today we would be heading back down south and would be leaving the park. It was raining and the first part of the trip was nice and cool in the rain. Not a lot of sightings, but the beauty of the park and the landscapes was breathtaking.
Came across some lions who were resting in the shade after a kill. This Cape Cobra was found in the ladies' toilet, a good reason to keep the toilet doors always shut.
Another sighting not often mentioned in the park is the humble road scraper, which keeps the corrugations at bay. We were not done with the Kalahari yet and stopped for a night at Kalahari Trails, the meerkat sanctuary. They have some basic but neat eco campsites. It was exceptionally hot this day, so we spent the afternoon on the shaded veranda of the farmhouse learning about meerkats and scorpions.
This evening we went on scorpion hunt. It was very interesting to see how the scorpions were captured, and the different types from mild to very venomous. We managed to catch 15 of varying sizes, and they would be used as meerkat food for the next few days. The next day we were on our way again, with the last sightings of the mighty Orange River and a stay over at Roydam again on the way home. The weather cooled down considerably once entering the Eastern Cape. And just like that, our adventure had come to an end. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Here's to the next adventure.
If you have any questions, please comment below. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing so that you'll be notified when new videos load. If you missed part 1 and part 2, the links are here. Thank you for watching.